Hello there, Esther the Esthetician here. Welcome back to a new video. Alright, so today, what are we talking about, right? We are talking about sunscreen, SPF, broad spectrum, all things sunscreen. A couple things that I will be addressing for you is who needs sunscreen, what sunscreen should I use, and when should I use my sunscreen, how much sunscreen should I use, what's the difference between broad spectrum and the regular sunscreen that's not broad spectrum, difference between UVA and UVB, what's the difference between chemical and physical sunscreen, because I get that question a lot. So I'm going to definitely dive in a lot deeper into that as well. And then the other one, this is my number one, my biggest pet peeve is a higher SPF better than a lower number one? So is it like, because sometimes you'll go to the store and they say SPF 100 or some ridiculous number. Is it any better than the SPF 30? We're going to dive into that, I promise you. How can I protect my baby and toddler? Is there really such a thing as a sports and baby sunscreen? Can I use sunscreen that I bought last summer? Meaning, like, when does it expire? Does it even expire? Is it like, does it have a lifetime span at all? We're definitely going to dive in a lot deeper into that. Spray on sunscreens, are they as effective as the ones that you physically apply to your skin? We are definitely going to address that with today's episode. So hang out with me. I hope you learn at least one thing by the end of today's video. Remember to like, comment, rate, subscribe, all that other stuff. Follow us on Instagram at Luxury Lotus Spa. All right, and then of course, if you need sunscreen, visit shop.luxurylotusspa.com. Again, it is shop.luxurylotusspa.com, and you can order your sunscreen right there from my website. Again, I try to number everything and try to make the process as smooth and easy as possible. And when you purchase, or I call it more of an investment, when you invest your hard-earned dollars with us, we try to have video guides, we try to have written guide, and we try to be there for you as much as we possibly can, because we know it doesn't stop at just you buying a product, because when you get home, if you're confused and you don't use the product, you're not going to see results. So we want to be there with you all the way through to the end, okay? So first, I'm going to just share all of the information, all of the questions that I've received over the years, and then I will go back again and answer some Q&As or share some fun facts and all that other stuff with you. All right, I have some sunscreen here with me as well. I will show you about how much I use and how I apply it to my skin, tips, tricks, hacks, and so much more. Hey, all right. Y'all know I get a little silly sometimes. All right, so let's start from the beginning. Sunscreen. I often get this question a lot. Because my skin is brown, do I need sunscreen? Or whenever I wear sunscreen, it makes me look kind of ashy. That is a thing that happens. Sunscreen can make you look a little ashy sometimes, like a little ghostly. But if you're using the right technique, the technique I'll be sharing with you in today's video, it will make a world of difference in your routine. All right, so sunscreen. Whenever I do sunscreen, so my daily routine consists of cleansing, morning time, cleansing and moisturizing, incorporating my sunscreen. And so the way I use my routine is I will get my sunscreen and I will get my moisturizer. I have them on my finger. I will mix them into the palm of my hands like so. I'm trying to do the YouTuber's version. Can you guys see this? Okay, I'm horrible at this, as you can see. But this is my moisturizer here, and this is my sunscreen. So you notice how it has like that little tail right here with the sunscreen? Sometimes it kind of makes some skin look like that throughout after they apply it. So here are some tricks, things to keep in mind. So what I usually try and do, I try and do equal parts sunscreen and moisturizer, which I'll tell you exactly how much you should be using in, down the line. But I try and do about equal parts, and I'll work it into the palm of my hands first, like so, right? Still kind of ashy looking, but I'll pat it onto my skin, and then I'll work it on everywhere. So I'll pat, and I'll work it everywhere just to make sure I'm covering everything. I get the top of my lid, my nose, chin, cheek, this not my cheeks over here, my chin and my neck area and the chest. And if my back is going to be out, because you know how sometimes some of our backs, I live in Florida, so you know it's always summertime, so if your back is showing, make sure that's covered. Your arms, make sure you have the sunscreen on your arms as well, like the parts that's showing. I'll tell you more about the shot glass rule, so you make sure you're using the right amount. But you see how it goes on and it doesn't leave you ashy. So I like to mix my sunscreen with my moisturizer, warm it up in the palm of my hands, pat it onto the skin, and then work it in everywhere. And then that is, after I do that, I wait about 20 to 25 minutes before I leave the house. Why 20 to 25 minutes? Because I want to leave the product on long enough for it to start doing what it's supposed to be doing. So during that 25-minute time span, you could be brushing your teeth, you could be eating breakfast, you could be fixing your hair, doing your, I don't know, getting dressed, whatever. But just give the product time to finish absorb into the skin to create that shield, that layer of protection. And then you can come in, you want to do your makeup, you want to do this, you want to do that, you do all of that fancy stuff then. Now, okay, so I put my sunscreen on, Esther. I waited that 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes if you're really feeling up to it. And now I'm going outside. Does this mean I'm protected for the rest of the day? No, unfortunately. For example, again, I live in Florida, so I like to use this example. If you know you're going to be at the beach all day, you want to be sure that you keep reapplying your sunscreen every 2 hours or so. Because while you're out there, the sun is beaming, you're sweating, especially if you live in Florida or in a similar environment. You're sweating, all of this stuff is happening, and then the sweat starts to drip, your sunscreen starts to go away. So you want to reapply your sunscreen. And remember the shot glass rule that I'll be sharing with you at the end of today's video. So hang tight, and I'll share that, the quarter/shot glass rule. I'll share that with you in a little bit. So, or teaspoon/shot glass. Okay, you get where I'm going. Okay, so when we're doing that, now my arms is, you know, the sunscreen is on, I wait, I give it time. Again, let's say your legs was gonna be out. Make sure you get the legs. Your midsection is going to be out. Get that section as well. Like this, whatever area is being exposed to the sun, you want to be sure that area is fully covered, that you're not just doing here. I always tell my clients this, so I'll share it with you. You don't want your face to be telling the world one story and then your neck, chest, the décolleté area, or any other part of your body to be saying something completely different. You want the stories to be in alignment, okay? So take care of your skin all over, not just the face. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. Hey! Also, join the Clear Skin Challenge. www.luxurylotusspa.com/Clear Skin Challenge. Thanks so much for watching the video today. I hope you learned at least one thing from the video. If you did, please be sure to comment below. And I also have some videos right here for you to help you continue along your journey. Okay? Talk to you very soon. Bye. Until next time, Esther the Esthetician out.